Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, look at that. Sometimes you just got to sit back and admire that. Which brings me on to today's mission. For those of you who follow me on Facebook or see some of the posts I share in some of the forums, you may remember a while ago I'd put a post up regarding a small log cabin. It was actually available to go on holiday in, but what was so unique about it was that it actually supported the use of paramotors, as it has a field right next to it which you can fly from. And some of you contacted me about it, some of you wanted to know more. I believe some of you even have been to it and spent some time in it. So the owner has actually asked me today if I can fly by and take some aerial footage and some footage of the surrounding area of the cabin and share it with him. So I thought, while I'm doing that, I may as well bring you guys along and share it with you too. And if you are interested or you fancy seeing it, I'll leave a link in the description below. In the meantime, let's see if we can fire up to 250. That was almost as if there was loads of pre-production in any of that. Check the wind direction, check the wing, everything appears okay. There's not much wind today, so we're going to have to work for this one, guys. You know how it goes. Here we go. And we're up. Check the canopy. Everything seems good. Ah, it's good to be up again. So what you may remember is this cabin is located in a very remote location, and it sits right on the side of the river, and it's just up over here over this valley. So I'm just going to take a wee quick flight around the landing area just to make sure the motor's performing, make sure we're up at running temperature, make sure there's no issues before we fly down into the valley where the cabin's situated. Okay, we'll head down into the valley. I'm quite convinced that everything seems okay there. Look at that, windmill's not even turning because it's that still in the air. Well, I say that, it's actually picking up a wee bit. You can see it's slowly starting to turn. So I won't waste any more time, I'll head right up and over to the cabin. The whole area is absolutely stunning. I really enjoy flying down here. It's one of my favourite places to fly for many reasons. It was actually where I first had my major first like more than 10 or 15 minute flight. I took off from, where did I take off from? Oh, down there. No, wait, there, sorry. Yeah, over there. Anyway, so we're just going to head down. You'll see this hill here. And what we're going to do is we're going to sink down into the valley, and we'll take you along and see the cabin, hopefully. Now, I'll prepare you as to look at this shed. Looks like this shed. So I will prepare you because to look at the little cabin actually looks like a little tin shed. It looks like an old style boathouse, and that is the idea behind it. It's actually based in a very green based camping area. As you can see, there's not much in the way of great structures or ugly buildings. It's a very rural area. So here's some of the fields that you would be flying from. So there she's there. So it is located over a lovely river. I can't remember the name of this. I believe this is the River Vyrnwy. Now there it's there, the cabin itself. It's designed to look like a small shack, but inside I can quite assure you that it's absolutely stunning. And it is owned by some of the most lovely people you'll ever meet. It really is. I think the sun's going to come out quite hot later, so as you can see, it just sits down in the trees there. And it's located on this absolutely stunning river. Actually, I want to chase this river someday to see exactly where it goes. I believe this river comes from the dam, but I'm not 100% on that. So there you go, guys. That's the log cabin, and this is the uncontrolled airspace that comes with it! Woo! It's getting a bit foggy though. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the flight is I'm going to actually soak up some of the area myself. I've always been curious to know where exactly that river goes, that the cabin sits on. Now, I believe it's in some of my earlier videos, as further down there is another village with a river running through it, and I believe it's the same river. There's quite a few rivers running into the one that makes it even bigger. It's amazing how much manure actually affects the heat in the air. This river comes all the way down through these local villages and towns. Well, villages. Wow. So I believe that the little river that the little river that you camp on, I believe that the little river that the log cabin is based on runs into this bigger river. Or it is the bigger river. So I remember a few years back we actually did some banger racing here in a couple of fields up. Look at banger. Race the old bangers, get the old bangers out. This isn't the way I would normally come here. This is my usual trek. It's obviously been flooding quite bad here recently, the rain and the snow and everything else that comes with it. Oh yeah. You may recognise this from some of my previous posts. This place. Whoa, that river's running hard. So it's not uncommon in the summer for there to be people camped out along here. Along this riverside. Oh, it's getting a bit chunky down here, better get out of here. Oh shit. Minor collapse. Oh, I think I better get some altitude here, it's getting a bit chunky bunky. Chunky in the morning. Oh, Mr. Heron. Good morning, Mr. Heron. Oh, chunky monkey. I like this run. I've got to do this run. This is quite cool. Maybe a bit dodgy and chunky down here. I think the wind's picking up. It's creating a bit of chunk through the trees. So foot dragging at this time of day, or foot dragging at the moment, is not great. Oh no, it's not this bit. I forget. Lots of birds out today, they must be doing something bad in the area. Spreading muck or something.
Okay guys, that's it pretty much for today. The GoPro cut out not long after. If you are interested, as I said, I will leave a link in the description below in regards to the cabin. Other than that, I will just leave you with some nice views. Oh, and another thing, if you do decide to go to the cabin and you go on a holiday for whatever reason, why don't you hook me up, and if you're in the area, give us a wee shout and maybe we can get a wee flight together. Until then guys, look after yourselves, stay safe, fly safe and enjoy your flights.
Whoa, whoa, rock and roll, baby.